Hi, Wheatland family. I'm here with Associate Pastor Keith Winder, and we are so eager to welcome you back to our campus this Sunday for in-person worship. It's mind-boggling, really. We have been apart for 14 consecutive weeks. And in our time apart, we've been forced into new rhythms and new routines, and our Sunday worship has been forced into these new rhythms and new routines. And our life together, it seems, on this corner for worship disappeared almost overnight back in March. And we have work to do as a family to regather and to reclaim our rhythm of Sunday worship. But we're excited because this is joyful and wonderful work that we get to give ourselves to now in the coming months. And together this Sunday, we begin, along with those of you who are able and willing to come for our gathered worship, we begin the work of reclaiming back our space of Sunday morning worship that has, shall we say, become a little bit overgrown with those old rhythms and routines from the past 3+ months of our life apart. So what we're really coming to say is we hope you're able to join us this Sunday, June 21st, in 3 services, one of 3 services, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., and 12 noon service. And it's really important that you use the link that's in the email or a link on our website. I believe there's a link as well to use Sign Up Genius to sign up for one of these 3 services. I looked just a little bit earlier and the 8 a.m. and the 10 a.m. services are full, but the noon service, there's plenty of space there, so you can sleep late, you can get brunch, and then you can come and worship with us at 12 noon this coming Sunday. If you are still unable to join us for in-person worship at one of these 3 services, you need to know that our live stream service time has changed. This is really important for you to get. Our new live stream service time is at 10 a.m. So be sure to make note of that change. The new live stream service time is at 10 a.m. It would be so sad for you to buzz into our live stream worship at the old time on this Sunday, only to discover that you have joined just in time for the second half of the sermon, which we all know is the worst part of the sermon, because I put anything interesting at the very beginning because most people are still awake at that point. So not only would you miss all of the prayers and the responses and the liturgy, but then you'd get the bad part of the sermon. So I do hope that you will make note. Our new live stream time is 10 a.m. this Sunday. Keith, tell us a little bit about what to expect once you arrive and sort of entering into the sanctuary.
Yeah, on the Sunday after you've signed up for your service, we're asking if you're able to arrive about 15 minutes before your service begins. We'll have cleaned the sanctuary and the different spaces, and then we'll open up the doors 15 minutes before so you can arrive, park in the parking lot, and we'll have signs directing you to the front doors of the narthex. When you walk into the narthex on the right side, we'll have masks and face shields available if you need them and don't have them already. And then also Kristen Zimmerman or someone from our children's ministry team will be there on the right side as well. And they'll have some resources available for children and families for you to pick up. And then when you continue entering in, we'll have ushers wearing gloves passing out our order of worship, and then you will be directed to the outside aisles of our sanctuary. And we'll have 2 ushers there on the outside aisles, seating you in every other pew to ensure that we are fitting as many people as possible into the sanctuary, but also maintaining social distancing in the sanctuary. When the sanctuary does fill up, we will seat the remaining people in the fellowship hall, which will be about 20 to 25 people in the fellowship hall, and we will have a live feed of our service, video and audio down in the fellowship hall for the 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. services. For the 12 p.m. service, we won't have the fellowship hall open unless we need to, and the numbers require us to do so, but we will have that for the 8 a.m. and the 10 a.m. service.
I also want to say something to parents and families. Parents, you already have or will be getting later today an email from Kristen Zimmerman, who is our Director of Children's Ministries here at Wheatland. But I just want to add that we know that as a parent, you may have some anxieties about bringing your children into our worship services because we're not offering nurseries yet. We're not offering children's worship training. I just want to say we welcome them. We are going to be gracious and patient. We know that this is a unique situation. And so I just wanted to encourage you, if you were feeling anxious and you were tempted to let that put you off from coming, I just want to encourage you. We are eager to see all of you, even your kids. We're eager to welcome them into our worship times as well this Sunday. The other thing I want to mention about our service is we will not be passing the offering plates this Sunday. So if you want to continue to give online, we encourage you to keep doing that. You can continue to mail in your checks, as many of you have done so faithfully over these last 3 months. But also, as you come in at the back of the sanctuary and as you exit the front of the sanctuary at the end of the service, we will have 2 stations where there will be an offering plate, so you can drop in your offerings there if you'd like. And then also, I want to remind you that this Sunday is our Lord's Supper for June. Last week was the second Sunday of the month, which is normally when we would have our Lord's Supper service. But since we're gathering on the 3rd Sunday for the first time this month, we're just going to do it on this Sunday. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how that's going to work this Sunday. And again, we're trying to avoid passing the plates and everyone reaching in and grabbing. So we're going to be doing this a little bit different on Sunday. We'll have cameras set up at the front. You'll notice that's different because we're continuing our live stream. So what we're going to do is the worship leader and myself, when it's time for the Lord's Supper, we will go to the back corners of the sanctuary. And then ushers will dismiss you all, beginning from the front, working their way to the back, row by row, to come back to us and to get the bread and the wine or the bread and the juice, and then go back down the center aisle to your seats and then fill in the pews. And you will get your bread and wine or bread and juice, and you will just hold it until everyone has received theirs. And then I'll come around to the front and we'll eat the bread together and we'll drink the wine or juice together as a family. And I wanted to show you what we have in the way of bread and wine and juice and wine, or juice and bread. So what I've got here is for our juice and bread, if you will be wanting grape juice and bread, we have a little pre-packaged thing. So you can get this if you would rather have it pre-packaged, or if you're getting juice, this will be the only juice available. Now we eat it in the order of bread and then juice. So to get the little wafer of bread off the top of this prepackaged item, you first grab this little tab that is clear plastic, and you just peel that back, and then you can get the wafer, and then we'll eat that together. And then when it's time for the juice, you grab this solid plastic tab, and you peel that back, and then you can drink the juice out of there. If you're doing wine and bread, this is what it'll look like. It'll be clear cups. The bread will be in the bottom of the bottom cup, and then on top will be a cup filled with wine, and you'll take that back to your seat. And so I just wanted to, you've never seen us do it this way, so I wanted to just give you a quick idea of what that will look like as we partake together of the Lord's Supper in our Sunday worship. Keith, tell us a little bit about how the dismissal will work then.
So we'll sing the doxology and receive the benediction at the end of our service. And then we'll have everyone be seated for a moment. And Luke had mentioned briefly, we will be dismissing out the front left door of the sanctuary. So the front left door, which is next to the pulpit area. And we will have the left side of the sanctuary go on the outside aisle and walk out and be dismissed through those doors. And once the left side of the sanctuary is out, then the right side can slide over and then exit through those same doors. And then we encourage you, it looks like the weather will be decent again this Sunday. We encourage you, as you're outside in the parking lot, to fellowship with one another and spend as much time as you would like and are able to be fellowshipping with one another, possibly for the first time in a few months together.
Yeah. So, friends, as we regather this Sunday at 8 or at 10 or at 12, we've got a number of new things going on, a couple of new ways of doing things, at least for this time, for communion. So I just want to encourage you to be patient with each other, be gracious with each other. It's not going to work exactly as we planned, but we're going to be able to do this together. And as I talked about last Sunday in the sermon, our unity as a fellowship is a gift from the Spirit, but that doesn't mean that there isn't real work ahead of us as we work to nurture that unity and express that unity as the one family that God is making us to be here on this corner. Wheatland family, we love you, we're praying for you, and we're looking forward to being together with many of you at one of our 3 services this weekend.